Okay, so anyone running a care business in the UK knows that just the thought of a CQC inspection can be a little bit,
Terrifying.
yeah, like a scary movie, but for care, right? So today we're diving into something that can help you not just survive the CQC, but really use it as a springboard to make things even better.
It's true. We tend to see it as this big hurdle, but it can be a really good chance to look at everything you're doing, see what's working, and find ways to, you know.
Take it up a notch.
Exactly.
So imagine this. You're at Solihull College. It's Tuesday, the 26th of November. The room is buzzing. Everyone's there to, get it right with CQC.
title.
Right. And you're surrounded by other care professionals, all wanting to level up their game. And you're learning from some of the best in the business.
And all for just 80 quid.
Less than a takeaway these days.
Plus you get refreshments.
Priorities.
Definitely.
So let's look at what they've got planned, because it's a packed day, 9 a.m. to 4.3 p.m.
Yeah.
It's not just sitting there listening. They've got it all setting up your care service, building a killer team. I mean...
Speaking of killer teams, let's talk about Hannah Montgomery.
Okay.
This woman is amazing. So she's a marketing whiz. She's won awards, but she also started the companionship tea party for seniors to help them connect.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then she also founded this company, Grace Cares. You can find it on LinkedIn. And they rescue care equipment from landfills.
Wow, talk about a triple threat: marketing, tea parties, and saving the planet.
Right. She's doing it all.
So her session is called Get Right In. It's all about setting the stage for a day of learning together.
Because sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day, we forget how important it is to connect with others.
Totally. And then there's Simon Crowther. This guy is a legend.
Yeah.
Built a domiciliary care business from scratch. No external investment.
And grew it to 600 employees in just 4 years.
Wait, what? 4 years?
Yep.
That's incredible. So his session is getting it right at the beginning. And I think anyone who wants to grow their care business needs to hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. And his LinkedIn is full of great advice. He's all about helping care providers become successful entrepreneurs.
Okay, next up, we have Sonia Rai. She's an HR expert, but not the kind that gives you the same old advice for every problem.
She's all about bespoke solutions tailored to your specific needs.
Which makes sense in care because every situation is different.
Right. You can find it on LinkedIn, too. She's got tons of experience helping care businesses navigate all those tricky employment regulations.
Her session is called Building the Right Team,
Mm-hmm.
which is so important because at the end of the day, it's the people who make all the difference.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of people who make a difference, let me introduce you to Ben Miller.
Okay.
This guy is a registered manager, and get this, he took his care home to not 1, but 2 outstanding CQC ratings in a row.
Wow. Back-to-back outstandings.
And on top of that, he's won 18 awards.
Okay, this guy clearly knows what he's doing.
And the craziest part is he's never used agency staff in over 7 years.
Are you serious? In this industry? That's unheard of.
You can check out his LinkedIn, too. He's got some really interesting insights on leadership. His session is called Being the Right Leader. And I, for one, am not going to miss it.
Right. It's like he's found the magic formula for care excellence, and he's willing to share it.
Exactly.
I'm already feeling inspired, and we're just getting started.
That's the best part about this event. It's like a shot of energy for your care business.
Yeah, like a triple espresso, but without the jitters.
And a lot more practical advice. Okay, so we've talked about marketing, leadership, and HR. Now let's move on to something super important: inclusivity and equity in the care sector.
Absolutely, because everyone deserves to feel valued and respected no matter their background.
Exactly. And that's where Dudley Sawyer comes in. They're doing amazing work on tackling race equity head on, making sure that diverse teams don't just survive, but actually thrive.
It's so important, especially now with the rise in sponsored staff coming from overseas.
Right. You need the right tools to support them and create a truly welcoming environment.
It's easy to think, oh, we're in care. Of course we're inclusive, but we have to go deeper than that. Look at our unconscious biases and make sure everyone feels safe and empowered.
And you can find Dudley on LinkedIn, too. They're really passionate about building a more inclusive care sector.
Their session is called Supporting the Team.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's going to be really powerful.
Definitely. And then we have Hannah Montgomery back for round 2.
Remember Hannah? Our marketing superstar and care equipment rescuer.
Yep, she's back to talk about sustainability.
Because you can be compassionate and eco-conscious at the same time.
Absolutely. It's something I'm really passionate about, too.
Me too. We're seeing more and more care providers going green. It's not just the right thing to do. It also makes good business sense.
And Hannah's walking the talk. She's a carbon literate citizen, and she's completed a Green Advantage course.
Wow, so she's really putting her money where her mouth is.
And if she can find ways to be sustainable while running multiple businesses and rescuing care equipment, we can definitely find ways to make small changes in our own settings, right?
Totally. Her session is called Getting the Future Right, and it's all about practical tips and inspiration for making your care business more environmentally friendly.
Without compromising on quality of care, of course.
Okay, so imagine you've just had a delicious cup of coffee and a pastry, because refreshments are included in the ticket price.
Always a bonus.
And now we're back with the dynamic duo, Nicola Holmes and Paula Cashmore.
Nicola is a turnaround expert. She can take a struggling care service and turn it into a success story, and Paula is the amazing woman behind this whole event.
Now their session is called Proving It's Right, and it's all about good governance.
Which can sound a bit scary,
Yeah, I know.
but it's really important.
People hear good governance and they think paperwork and red tape.
Right, but it's not about that. It's about setting clear expectations, making sure everyone's accountable, and protecting your business and the people you serve.
And with the new single assessment framework coming up, understanding good governance is going to be more crucial than ever.
Exactly. And Nicola and Paula are going to break it down, make it clear and concise.
Maybe even enjoyable. Who knows?
I'm putting that one on my list for sure.
Me too. And then we have Norma Sherwin. She's a former care home manager who became an NLP practitioner.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Her session is called Keeping It Right, and it's all about staff well-being.
Which, let's face it, is a huge challenge in this industry.
So true. It can be stressful, and burnout is a real problem.
And Norma gets it because she's been there, she knows the pressures firsthand, and now she's got all these NLP techniques to help care staff manage stress, build resilience, stay positive.
I love that. And you know what? Happy staff equals happy residents, so it's a win-win.
Absolutely. If you're looking for ways to combat burnout, boost morale, create a more positive work environment, this session is for you.
Okay, and to wrap up this amazing day, we have Ian Clegg and Alka Sanan.
Now, these two are all about the power of community.
Ian founded the Care Connector Network, which connects care providers with suppliers.
It's a brilliant idea. It levels the playing field and brings back that sense of community that's so important.
And membership is free for the care sector, so he's really committed to supporting the industry.
That's fantastic. And Alka is just as passionate. She created a WhatsApp group during the pandemic to support other managers, and she's always willing to share her knowledge and experience.
It really does take a village to provide outstanding care.
Their session is called Belonging to the Right Networks, and I have a feeling it's going to be a really heartwarming way to end the day.
So this event is jam-packed with valuable insights, practical advice, and opportunities to connect with other passionate care professionals.
It's like a one-stop shop for taking your care business to the next level.
But before we wrap up, I want to know what's resonating with you so far. Which speaker or session has piqued your interest? It's amazing, right? All that knowledge in just one day.
It's like a crash course in care excellence.
I'm still thinking about Ben Miller and his 2 outstanding ratings and no agency staff.
Right. It's like the holy grail of care stability.
Plus 18 awards. He must be doing something right.
Definitely. And Norma Sherwin's session on staff well-being, that really stood out to me too.
Oh, yeah. Burnout is such a big issue in care. So having those tools to manage stress and build resilience is crucial.
And her NLP background adds a whole other dimension to it.
Totally. And we can't forget about Nicola and Paula and their session on good governance.
It's one of those things that people often shy away from, but it's so important for running a successful care business.
Especially with the single assessment framework coming up. You need to be on top of your game.
And they make it sound so approachable, not scary at all.
And, of course, Hannah Montgomery and sustainability. I mean,
Yeah, we can't forget about the planet.
it's not just about doing the right thing. It also makes good business sense.
Totally. It shows you care about more than just profits.
So what does all this mean for you listening right now? It means you have a chance to really invest in yourself, your team, and your care business.
Imagine walking into that CQC inspection feeling totally prepared and confident.
Knowing you've got the knowledge, the strategies, the support to not just meet but exceed expectations.
And all for 80 quid.
It's a steal. A full day of learning networking, and let's not forget the refreshments.
It's like a spa day for your brain, but instead of coming out relaxed, you come out empowered.
So here's a challenge for you. Think about your biggest question right now, the one thing you're struggling with in your care business.
What's keeping you up at night?
Write it down, and then ask yourself, wouldn't it be amazing to get that question answered by the people who've been there, done that, and have the outstanding ratings to prove it?
These experts have walked the walk. They're not just talking the talk.
This event is your chance to learn from the best, connect with others who get it, and come away with a renewed sense of purpose and direction.
So what are you waiting for?
Will we see you there? We really hope so.
Until then, keep up the amazing work you do, and let's keep raising the bar for care excellence together.
Okay, so anyone running a care business in the UK